As humans, we all have our own opinions, our own way of doing things, and that collaboration, we use that word often, but it is so hard to really get to happen. What's your secret?
Well, I would say there are three part of the secret sauce. Number one is you have to push yourself to learn something new, and also you have to push your team as well. Like one example is when I'm referring to my team back in 2024. Again, I'm talking about people there. They have been working in areas like data for 25 years. So you know this area really well. For those people, what I have been doing is now that you know you're a data expert, now I want you to become an AI expert. So it's moving from the comfort zone to the new zone that they haven't tried before. And that's not just for them, that's for myself. That's one part of the recipe. The second part, you have to really, what I would call is like when you go to Las Vegas or you need to make bets. And what I do is I make bets on people and teams. Sometimes those people, they may work, may not work. But it's out of all these different bets you make, is people they see the value and the people they're part of the team, you will see those people growing over time. I have seen people in my team that are coming to me and say, Oscar, thank you for having me in the team. Those people back in 2024, they were complaining, they were hesitant to be part of my team. And now they are the ones that are embracing, they are the ones that are talking about the expert services. So that's the second part of the secret sauce. And the third part, I think is sometimes you have to also what I would call embrace the leadership by mistake. And what I mean with this, Jim, is sometimes you have to let people in your team to try something, and if they fail, that's okay. You support them. It doesn't mean they're gonna be failing all the time, but failing is a skill, is some experience that we're afraid. We don't want to fail. The reality is, the more you fail, the more you're growing. That's kind of like a part of the recipe that I'm looking to share with you and the audience.
There are so many quotes out there that say we learn more from our failures than our successes. I mean, there's a ton of quotes, but they all say kind of that same thing. And I realize that so many leaders were all about perfection. So it slows down their decision making because they have to have the perfect data to make a decision. They're afraid to go out there and make a decision that might make them look foolish. So they say very conservative, right? Or they are afraid of failure and they don't make decisions, they deflect it off to somebody else. So they have someone to blame when something doesn't go right. But all these things slow the organization down. So as you are helping these people, they're becoming bottlenecks. They become the what I call the hub because they need to control all the information coming out so they know that everything's going right. But these fears make leaders slow things down. How do you get your leaders to get beyond those fears and actually try something even though there's a risk of failure?
You know, that's a great question. I would say there is only one part that is missing in many of these leaders. And sometimes I know I can be self critical. At some point, it happened to me at some point in my career. Leaders, they're afraid of them. They don't trust. Trust is probably the most important part of anything you're doing, regardless of your role. For leaders, is if you don't trust someone, and it could be people that work for you, it could be your boss, it could be peers, doesn't really matter. You always want to be there, right?